So the bike builds project is taking a little bit of a turn on this one, and it's a first ever. I'm actually going to be taking apart a Rolex Air King and doing the Cerakote process on all of the band and the watch body. So we have a beautiful donor of a lightly worn, if at all, Rolex Air King. It's an opportunity I've been given by the Rocky Mountain watch team. And the best part of it all is after we finish this watch, we're actually going to auction it off at the Wings for Life Golf Classic in Arizona. One thing about this is tolerances on a watch bracelet are exceptionally precise, and that's part of the beauty of a higher end watch like this, is it's really just precise in every measure possible. There's very few coatings in the world, if any, that can hold a candle to what Cerakote is able to do for the precision of application and the thinness of the coating. Historically, I've used a lot of H series on a lot of the motorcycle projects, which is a fantastically durable coating and also is exceptionally thin. Cerakote produces a product called E series. And E series is literally the thinnest two-part ceramic coating that you can put on something in the world. So the gun I historically use is this Iwata gun, but for this, I'm gonna be using a 2-stage airbrush gun. The way this works is this is the air valve, so this controls the air and this controls the fluid. So you're changing the effect of both the spray pattern and how much product is being used at the same time. But this is gonna allow me to produce a much finer spray pattern to get on the interior surface edges of the watch bracelet without applying too much product to get all the interfaces as sharp as possible. Today I want to get through sandblasting all of the components, which I have a sandblast cabinet with 150 grit aluminum oxide in it. And then after I sandblast all of the components to the substrate surface that I am going to want to have for the Cerakote mechanical adhesion, I'm going to mask the parts accordingly. This is a plastic-based film that actually withholds over 450 degrees. This is what I'll end up using on all of the masking that I'll need to do for these components. So the two colors that I'm going to be using, the E250 titanium and E240 carbon gray. Step by step, here we go. So the hardest part about this is this seal interface, or this threaded interface here. We want to make sure that that surface stays uncoated. So this is a shaker basket, and what you do is you can put the parts in here so you don't lose them. With the sandblast cabinet, holding onto these parts one by one will become difficult to get an even substrate finish on here. So I'm not going to put too many, just a couple at a time, because like hardness parts, if they bounce around too much, can put witness marks in each other. So I'm going to put a couple links at a time. So I'm gonna be honest, that took me 3 entire days. That was really difficult, but I'm super, super happy with how it turned out. But we're gonna bring this to Arizona and bring it to Wings for Life. It's gonna go to a happy home and a good cause, so I can't wait for that trip. We'll probably do another, not soon, but this was a great, great project.